it's so difficult to bring that level of joy, in everything. It's just not. It's not easy to do in this world. There's a lot of, like, specifically in the last couple of days of Disney Lorcana, there's a lot of upset people, which feels really funny because I wanted to start the show today with all the bad and then bring in Habibi and Rob and, like, just, really, but we got into that point where we switched the schedule and now we got to start talking about the bad stuff again. It's just like,
it's everyone's favorite part, though.
But how's everyone doing tonight? Before we move forward, I'll bring it up. I just, did you get a DLC ticket? Who was successful? All right, let me know in chat if you're hanging out, or if you're watching this after the fact and you're in the comment section. Oh, whoa, we got a huge shout out. I mean, Rob, you're just too kind. Mr. Rob just gifted 10 subs. He is the best. I love him to death. You did not have to do that, but I do very much appreciate it. Thank you so much, Rob. You are just the best. Also, shout out to Bro Hamilton. He did raid us earlier. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize he was live.
Thank you.
But yeah, so I think it's been a really tough, couple weeks or a couple days, I should say, where you see this and the community was very upset. And we're going to kind of talk about a lot of stuff, and we'll get into the Lorecast today and everything like that. But, to start, right, Dick, just to start, we're just going to come right on to it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is a screen. Okay. That, a couple days ago, it said 101 days. And this is how you're going to get your Disney Lorcana Milwaukee DLC ticket, scroll down and buy more. Well, that didn't happen.
Right.
It didn't happen, Dick. And it's really tough, right? Like, I think that, and listen, we obviously, if you guys have been here before, you've come to the channel, you've heard us talk about some incredibly situational stuff that is just, it sucks, right? Like, no one is happy about it. But there's also just like this reality. Oh, wow, Dad's still awake? Oh, man. How about that? That's crazy. Hi, Dad. It's really difficult to see just like the incredibly negative reaction to all of it. I think it's worse when, I don't know. I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but it just feels like the last 3 months of like Ravensburger announcements have just left everyone really upset, like,
yeah. I should also say, I think when you say you're disappointed in seeing the negative reaction, you don't mean it's not justified.
No, it's not.
Because some people have been saying things like, I can't believe people are so upset. It's just a card game.
Listen, I understand why people are upset. It's 100%. Like,
I was gonna say, I think people might have been typing also.
No. Yeah, like you feel how you want to feel, and I am with you. I am. Trust me, I am just as frustrated, and you're gonna hear me probably rant at some points during this for sure. But it just sucks because if we go all the way back to, let's say, the announcement about Worlds not being open, right? Like, that might have been the first blow, right? Like, we went months without any information, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, Worlds isn't going to be open. And you're like, oh, wow, that sucks. Like, there goes my whole trip that I was planning and waiting to do with my friends, and it's going to be great. Like, that sucks. And then at Worlds, they're like, hey, there's going to be 3 DLCs in North America. And, like, that leaves a sour taste in everybody's mouth. And then we get to the day, and the tickets go on sale, and it is just absolutely horrible.
Yep.
There's just no better way to say it. Like, it wasn't good. It was bad. It was like really, really bad. And like, I said this all day in Discord. I literally posted a message in the Discord, in the general chat in Discord at like 7:45 in the morning. I'm like, hey guys, today's not going to be good, but it was worse than I even thought it was going to be. So yeah, I think it's really tough. I really Ravensburger they need a win. Like, I don't know. I think that the one win would have been announcing CCQs, right? Like, I think that was a win for sure, like for like pretty much everybody involved. But aside from that, it just feels like there hasn't been that many wins.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't even know how to spin it either. As a company shill, as a known company shill, I never talk bad about Ravensburger. You know, that's what I'm told recently. I've never ever talked bad about.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and as much as I want to work with Ravensburger, I have no good way of saying anything.
Well,
Like,
you also can't tell a lie.
Right. So I have no way of like spinning this of like, well, guys, at least this means this, or they'll recover this way.
Yeah.
It's rough.
We're gonna get into this, okay? We're gonna get into this.
Oh yeah, I couldn't wait to talk about that. I want people to Google the word wait, is it libel? What's the word? Where someone says something about you that's not true and then you sue them. I don't have enough money here to rip, all right? I'm coming after anyone. /S. But, you know, because some people don't realize that,
Slander. There it is.
Slander. Defamation. Thank you.
Defamation. Oh, that's a good one.
Slander, libel. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it was rough. And then I thought the only thing that they could possibly say today that would make people happy is like, well, we're going to have Friday events. But I know that like whatever deal they have with the convention centers, it's apparently not possible. I was more shocked. I wasn't shocked. It was a mess. It was a mess all last year. You would think it would get fixed between now and then, but my expectations.
Listen. They had 7 months, 8 months to figure this out. You know, I mean, like, let's just be honest. Like, they had 8 months off. Like, the last time tickets went on sale was in December for LCQs. Like, you got like literally the whole year of 2025 to figure it out, and it actually got worse. Like, that's the hardest part for me, is that we got to a point where at like 11:45, all of a sudden we were on Eventbrite. We weren't even on the same website anymore, Dick.
Well, like, I think it was 3 minutes before it was supposed to go live. Like, even worse. I know semantics, but sure. And then, you know, so people are like, how did people know to check early? It's like, what do you mean, how did people know to check early? It's been a joke for 2 years. Why wouldn't you check early? Not a single person told me to check early. I just went on the website early. It was live with, you know, Forbidden Mountain error 403. Like, yeah. I can't even highlight all of these, but I'm assuming that Ravensburger was reassured by past times, like, hey, we've run Grand Prix before, we've sold this many tickets through our website, and we can handle it. Yeah. And you know, if they did say that, I wasn't in the room, obviously. You know, if they did say that, that was a lie. Okay.
This is a pretty fair number, probably.
Also, I want to say, I'm sorry. Shout out to JDZ for, you know, saying my name earlier.
No. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, I've been sulking for 4 hours about.
We're gonna get to the Lorecast shortly here, because it needs to be talked about. But this is just like, you know, really reliving the concept of like, man, I have a visitor, guys. If you can hear him, I apologize. He's supposed to be asleep, but apparently he's hanging out with us tonight. So the idea that this fire drill happens, right? Like, listen, tickets go on sale early. Whatever, you know, honestly, like, to me, it didn't even matter that they went on sale early, because it had already proven that, like, the system was never going to handle it. The moment anybody figured it out and spread the word that tickets were already on sale, that website was done. Like, it was done, guys. Like, you guys shout. It's coming up. Do I have it here? Where's it at? Here it
also, DLC Texas went on sale early. Do you remember that?
I do remember
Yeah.
that.
Like that was the easiest one to get into because someone was just like, "Hey, this website's live for some reason."
Yeah. Yeah. So like when you get this message this quickly, and shout out to Matified. I mean, we love them here, obviously, but you
Yeah.
can actually go and pre-order this playmat on Matified now, and I'm here for it. I really am. I was cracking up when I saw this. And it's amazing to me that was like, all right, this is already kind of a problem, right? And the solution to this problem is like, yeah, I'm just going to actually create a whole other event link on another website. Even though we've been telling everyone for weeks, hey guys, it's going to be on this website. This is where it's going to go. And then by the time you can even make a post about it, the event's sold out. And everybody's still over on the other website refreshing and seeing literally just seeing this message. Like, and I had to tweet it out. I tweeted out like, guys, I swear we're not a part of this. All right, like we didn't
Although
create
we should get a kickback for this
we should
because
get a kickback.
multiple of our Metafy and Discord people bought it specifically because it says forbidden. There's two mats available.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, this one says forbidden. Perfect.
Shout out to the Climber supporters. We love you guys. You're the best.
Yes.
But I mean, it's crazy. It really is that I just don't get it. I have tried a lot over the last 24 hours to try and say, yeah, I think going to the second website was definitely the play. I don't know, man. I can't think of that one.
The fact that like, I think at this point, I mean, even I know most people don't check the Discord. I'm not looking in that Discord ever. Because the amount of people that like me and you will say something to, and they're like, what are you talking about? And we're like, oh yeah, it was posted in the Discord. And they're like, what Discord? And to the credit, Rochelle hammers that Discord home.
She does
every Thursday.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure.
But like even going live on Twitch would have been better than posting in the Discord because I get a notification on my phone when they go live on Twitch.
Yeah.
So
I just think that you can't, like, even if you were going to defer, right? Like even if you were going to go
delay it,
I'm going to change the website. How do you ever do that with zero notice and change it? I mean, like, that's rough.
Yeah. That's rough. So I don't know exactly what order you want to go into. Let me tell you my setup for trying to get into the event. Okay. I've got my computer. I had my phone. We had Liz's laptop, Liz's phone, Liz's sister on the phone, and other friends, right? I had other friends all trying to get in. Of the 8 devices, I got 1 ticket to each thing. And my ticket to Bologna, I got 20 minutes late doing the same trick I do every single time.
Yeah.
And I only knew about the link to Eventbrite because I was typing in the chat to TFM, I quit this game. I'm not playing this game anymore. This is ridiculous. I can't go through this. My brain can't handle this. And then you posted a link. I'm like, whatever, I'll click this link. I'm probably getting rickrolled. And the link took me to Eventbrite, and I was logged in. And I hit buy, and I was like, oh my God, I'm in. I thought it was an Atlanta situation all over again. I was already home. I was ready to get in my car and just drive down the highway. Never come back. Straight to Mexico. I'm winning 7,000 pesos. Ricardo Burns is here. I start a whole new life because I wasted this one. So, and then meanwhile, I was also getting messages from people that were like, hey, my friend got a ticket on the one site, but it keeps crashing and they're not even going. Do you want it? Stuff like that. Like, yes, if you are on a team, it is significantly easier to get tickets because people just naturally want to help you, and we can all help each other. We've said it a bunch of times. 2 of my DLC tickets I got in an airplane. Like the whole team was on a Discord call. Liz was on that call.
Yep.
And yeah.
I literally I didn't get an LCQ ticket. Dick got it.
Right.
Like you literally got me my LCQ ticket. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have went to Disneyland.
And then I got Scott's 20 minutes later.
Yeah.
And I didn't want one. I wasn't going. So like people say you don't need a team. People argue with us. Like when, Liz was freaking out. She was like, I am so sorry I failed you. I'm like, it's fine.
I know.
And then she came running in here after the 20-minute mark. She's like, I got it. Where's the credit card?
Yeah.
Because we had never used that website before.
Right.
So it didn't have anything saved. But, when Nunez was on here months ago and we're talking about the importance of a team, and chat wanted to be like, you guys are stupid. This is a single sport. It's like, no, you actually don't know what you're talking about. The importance of a team is astronomical.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the joke's on me, right? Like it was like 10:45 and I'm like, all right, you know what? Like 12 o'clock's going to be here pretty quickly. I'm like, I'm hungry. I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to make like a steak and eggs, bagel or whatever. And it's going to be great. And then I'll be like ready to go. And it's like 11:02 and Melissa is tagging me in DMs and she's just like, they're live. And I'm like literally flipping an egg. And I'm like, what? Like, I turn the stove off and I run downstairs. Like I literally ran downstairs and I'm just like, I can't. And I swear to you, from the moment I read that text from Melissa, I feel like I had an anxiety attack for 3 hours. Like it's not like I had 2 meetings scheduled for yesterday that I pushed because I'm like, I'm not even in the mindset to like do these things. Like I can't even, I still haven't even like recouped from the idea that I might not have gotten a ticket to Milwaukee. Like, because like, I just was ill prepared. And it was like, I'm never going to quit the game if I don't get a ticket to DLC. Like it'll suck, but like, I'm not going to be that guy that's, you're a little bit different. That's fine. You do you, boo. I'll be okay. But it was one of those where, with my goals for the set 2, or for DLC season 2 and things like that, like not getting into either of these would have been really upsetting. So the idea that it went early and I might not get it was like, oh my God, this is terrible. Like this is not a good feeling. It was immediately replenished at 12:01 when I got my ticket to Bologna. I was like, all right, like I got DLC Bologna. Yeah. I'm going. Like this is great. Like this is fine. Like if I only get one, I only get one. That's the end of the world. I did end up getting both, which is nice. But I literally from that message from Melissa, I don't think I breathed like for 2.5 hours. I swear it was awful.
So Liz can comment. I'm sure she will. She's listening. When after it was all said and done, it's like 20 minutes later, she came in the room and I guess I sounded like a nightmare. Mm-hmm. And I was just like so on edge.
Yeah.
And it was after the fact. And she's like, why aren't you happy? And I'm like, I am.
Yeah, like, I know.
I am happy.
Right.
What are you talking about? I'm very happy right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, it's just a bad situation.
Yeah.
There we go.
No, literally, Kylie said the same thing to me. Like, it was like 5:30 in the afternoon. Kylie's like, are you all right? I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like by that time, I had both tickets, and I'm still like, man, I don't know. Like, I'm happy that I got these 2 tickets, but I cannot believe how terrible the day was. Like, I can't believe how stressful it was, and I can't even imagine like trying so hard and not getting a ticket. Like that would have sucked. I would have been really pissed off. I would definitely be more mad about it in theory than I am right now, but I'm still mad that the entire thing even happened because it's just crazy. It really is one of those crazy things. But I will say, shout out to Bologna. At least that process was good. Like if anything, they got this one right. I understand it's sold out in like 3.5 seconds. Dick Burns, I believe you did the 20-minute trick on this one too.
Yeah.
Right?
Milwaukee, I got in because you sent me that link.
Yeah.
This one I had to do the 20-minute trick. I thought it was cooked. And then I'm so stupid. It's the same day as Japan. So like
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to get into Japan because they don't do their lottery until
Yeah.
like the month of.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to make a decision. I've never been to Italy before, but I love Japan. So it's interesting. It's definitely a good problem to have. Like I'm not complaining about it. It's
Yeah.
just interesting. Also, I mean, if I do get into Japan and I decide I'm going there, I will open up that ticket as soon as I possibly can because I would feel bad taking one.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it feels like they're, obviously they stated this that they're going to be doing the kind of like the refunds quite differently. And I'll be honest, I have no idea if this is good or bad. Like I actually think it's bad. Like I think the waitlist thing clearly had flaws, but what it prevented more than anything was just another like mass surge of problems, right?
Yeah,
Like if everybody got on.
I wouldn't mind the wait list. At least you feel heard. Not like, oh, you just have to go back another day and try.
Right, right. Yeah, I think that's the problem is that when you talk about this like alternate way to refund, now all of a sudden, by the way, shout out to Missy and Shane. I'm holding her pin that she gave us, a little button. It's always on my desk.
Mine's in my memory box.
So like the idea that they're gonna say, okay, there's 300 tickets left, there's 350 tickets, there's 400 tickets left. What are they going to do? They're going to reopen an Eventbrite page at a certain time, and then 20,000 people are going to try and get these 300 tickets, and then like 19,700 people are still going to be pissed.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you're just recreating the same day. I just, I just think that the waitlist is sadly like the better way to do it, even though the waitlist had its own flaws for sure. I just think that man, new dates with less ticket pool, it's the same problem, like it's tough. I don't know. I think it's
They
really
yeah, I mean, what they need, they just aren't capable of having, I guess. Obviously they need more DLCs, but then all have this problem.
yeah.
If I could go to 48 DLCs a year, I would.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's many thousands of other people that would also. So that would still have this problem. I think what they need is like DLCs across the country from each other on the same day, like within the same country. Then, you would only go for the one near you,
Yeah.
presumably. Of course, there'll still be some people that try to get into both.
Yeah.
And just in case they don't get into one, but I don't know. There has to be something else. And then it's weird because DLCs are an open tournament. So when people start talking about winning an invitation to a DLC, it's like the DLC is how you win an invitation to the other event.
Yeah.
Like how many invitations can we win before we've finally gotten somewhere?
Just so you understand what we're talking about, these were the notes that were taken from the Lorecast. I think these were like the biggest 3 points. And you're talking about the set champ winners to receive a DLC invite. Is that what we're kind of getting at?
Oh yeah, I wasn't even like thinking of that specifically.
Oh,
Just
okay.
I believe the first Australia event is not a DLC, right? It's a DLC
Yeah.
qualifier.
Yeah. That is, I mean, they haven't explained it yet.
I'm pretty sure they're just like, hey, no one is going to be crazy enough to come back for 2 events in Australia.
Yeah,
So an
it's totally
Australian will win this event. I think that is honestly the read between the lines.
in a way, I do agree with you. But what's weird to me, and this is just like an honest truth, like that DLC had the lowest attendance of every DLC. It was the only DLC
Right.
that was not sold out. So to me, while I and I'm like I get it, right? Like you want an Australian to win, you want someone like a New Zealand. I do get all those things, but you can't just like put on this giant event for free. Like you can't just have like some giant event that only 300, 400, 500 people show up to if you're planning for 2,000.
Yeah,
So
it's bad. I feel like they view it more of a failure that DKP and Reclaim did well than the fact that it didn't sell out, which I think is
yeah, I think that's wrong. I think that
right.
like I think Australia was the first flaw of Disney Lorcana competitive play. It was that it just showcased, sadly, that there are not enough players in Australia to have a DLC. Like, and I'm not, and it's just like, it's more just like semantics, right? Like, it's just the fact that every other DLC period sold out instantly and like attended at like 98 percentile, right? Like, yeah, we didn't get a full 100% in any of them, but we're talking 50% on 1,000 people. Like, that's bad, like that's rough. So I don't know, but just to cover these, because I think that these were pretty interesting notes that were brought up. I think the number one that has to be discussed is Friday side events. The word they used was impossible. I didn't clip it, but I thought about doing it. But the word used was impossible.
Which, as an Alice in Wonderland fan, nothing is impossible. Some things are impassable. Shout out to anyone who's read Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass. But yeah, I also don't understand how that word got thrown around. Does that mean that they can't get into the room on Thursday? Because I'm assuming they would set up Thursday for Friday events. So maybe they can't get into room Thursdays, period.
Yeah.
And Friday is just going to be like, hey, we let the vendors in at 6 a.m. We set up a couple tables, and that's that. Which is frustrating. I mean, I'm not a huge grinder. I go to tournaments and drop with a winning record sometimes because I want to go home. But you lose so much equity not being able to play on Friday. JDZ, for one, I hope JDZ is still here. Try and take my job. I'm the voice of the people. All right. JDZ even said, like, dude, Friday is huge for people that just want to like play test their deck in a real competitive setting. Like, me and you could play for 12 hours. We're going to get into this weird bubble. You need to play against people that don't know what you're playing and stuff like that.
Yeah. My problem with saying that Friday events are impossible, it went from me saying, like, okay, if I don't get a competitor badge, I would go as an attendee.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's true without Friday events.
Right.
Honestly. I think that extra day to go and play in a competitive side event to like try and make up for the weekend is necessary. Like, if we're talking about flying somewhere, like, it's one thing if you can drive there and it's not like that much of a commitment. But if I have to fly someone there for a weekend and I can't compete in the main event, and you're telling me that there might only like be like one major side event and it's on Sunday, man, that does not even sound enticing, like, at all. Whereas I would have been completely content if like I didn't get into DLC Vegas, I would have still gone to Vegas and just played in the three big side events. Like, it'd have been fine. Like, it wouldn't have been ideal, but it would have been acceptable. To tell me it's impossible when like you did it last year for three of your events in theory, like LCQs were on Friday, right? Like, but if we just remove that concept, like there was still a million side events on Friday that you could have played in at the Disney or at the deal at Continentals. So the idea that all of a sudden now we're like, no, can't do it anymore. It feels like they took the set championship runner-up playmat again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just like we already had it, and now they're like, no, we're taking it away. It's like, why do we keep doing this? Why do we keep going backwards?
This is a good point, because if you're like in the running for top 32 and don't make it now, it's not like you were eliminated on Saturday. So you couldn't even play in whatever big side events they have planned for Sunday anyway.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think it's rough. I think it's a huge missed opportunity.
From a business standpoint, I just don't understand so much of it. Like, there are so many more ways they can generate income, and it's not like people like greedy corporations that only care about the bottom line. But clearly, we need to care more about the bottom line so we can afford more space. Like, it's pretty ridiculous. I don't know. We need some kind of mid-level event between DLCs and set champs. I think we need like regional 500 player capped tournaments that give something. I don't know what, but something. I really feel like yeah. I meant on the same day though. Like that way it's only 500 players from this particular region, you know. Like Wizards of the Coast has regional championships, stuff like that. You play in stores so that you can win an invite to a regional championship. You play in the regional championship, and then you get an invite to the Pro Tour. Yeah. Stuff like that. I don't know. I don't understand. I feel like I get the business better than 99% of the people I talk to. I think you do as well. So I don't comprehend with the people in place at Ravensburger how some of this stuff isn't happening. The only possible thing could be just like someone above them is just saying no for no good reason.
Yeah. It's just tough. Like, I think the third day is so important. I really do. I think that, we could literally spend all night like just talking about why it is. Obviously, we pushed it. We've been pushing it for months now because of Pro Play Summit, obviously, and how important that third day is for them, and why it's good for everyone involved. It's when you have enough events going on a weekend that every player can feel like they're getting something out of the weekend. It just makes it that much easier for people to do it. So now I feel like your attendee badges. Obviously, they only put up 600 of them for sale.
Yeah, what happened to unlimited?
I don't really get the whole they're unlimited and then the cap is 600. I actually don't understand that at all. I think that was another one of those things that when I saw this morning, I'm like, what? Like, at the very least, I think if you put it at 1,000, I don't care about it. Like, I don't even question the number. But the fact that it wasn't like 1,000 or like 2,000, I'm just like, well, then you just lied. Like it wasn't unlimited, like clearly, because otherwise you would have just put 5,000 on there and like that would have just been unlimited.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that was a little bit alarming too. Almost kind of just like a little bit like disheartening in a way, which is again, it sucks. But that also is why, in my opinion, they just shouldn't even answer those questions. You know, like I get it. We're going to ask as a community as many questions as we possibly can fire off and hope we get answers. Similar to Greg today, I think that, you know, JDZ went on there and he asked some questions that like Greg can't answer, right? Like in that, like, that's very clear. Like, is there a digital client? Man, that sounds great. Like obviously, yeah, let's start off in the middle of the stream. There's a digital client. No, man, like they're never going to answer that question. Stop asking. Like when there's a digital client, I guarantee you, they're gonna make a big deal about it. They're not gonna.
Are you sure they don't have like a whiteboard, like when you're fundraising for charity, and you keep? Oh, we've only had 500 people ask so far.
I'm just sorry, like, and I'm not. I actually am digging. Like, they're not just gonna randomly answer a question. Is there a digital client? And guess what? The real truth is, judge programs the same way. We can keep asking. It's not gonna happen. Like until they're like, hey guys, here it is. It's hilarious to see the same things be brought up every single week, acting as if some random person on the internet is going to get an answer when it wasn't like the top headline of the show when it's a big deal. It just it cracks me up. It really
and people argue that you have to hold them accountable. At some point, it's just beyond badgering.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I just think that if I had the time and if I was there and you can ask questions, there's just better questions to be asked. Like it's just like a truth. Like there's just better questions that can actually be asked if you have that time afforded to you, and they're not in the middle of nowhere. Clearly, if this even exists, I can't tell you about answers. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I feel for the people at Ravensburger because this feels like when I worked at Ron's Comic World and like I was the general manager. I couldn't do anything without the owner's permission.
Oh yeah,
and it was ridiculous. I was just the guy to get yelled at. And that's what I feel like Greg does.
Here's the problem with this, JD. They can't. Honestly, I think that like last week when we were asking how many attendees badges are, and they said unlimited, and then it came out today like that it wasn't, then they put themselves in deep water again. Like they shouldn't even answer the question. That's why Steve says it all the time. Like, if you look into anything that Steve is on live, he'll basically deflect it all because he'd rather not be liable for anything he said. They shouldn't. They should not have to answer. They should not be obligated to answer the questions that they clearly do not have answers or that they can't actually talk about. Like, I think that's so unfair. Like, you're just putting them in a position that's unfair. And it's just the truth. That's what everyone is continuously doing in those moments where you're just like, they can't answer it. It's not fair. They like,
I think the problem is like that there at some point there probably were plans for something and then that didn't happen. And now they're just like, we're never talking about the future.
I mean, literally the world is going to be open.
Right.
It wasn't. Like,
so like,
you know,
yeah, it sucks. It just sucks because I'm sure that Greg and everyone else and Rochelle would love to just tell us everything they can.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they would also love to pay their rent. So they're just not going to be able to.
Like, listen, like, not to be ominous or anything like that, but there's stuff that like we know is coming up that we can't talk about either, right? Like, we talk about things that are coming up and events that are coming up. Like, we know things that are happening, but we can't just come on here and tell you about it because it's not permanent. It's not 100%. It's like, oh yeah, this is a cool thing that could happen. And like, great, that sounds awesome. But like, what if it doesn't? And then I go on here and I say it and I look like an idiot in 3 weeks. Like, you can't do those things. And it's the same thing for them. Like, they can't fairly answer these questions.
You know, this is actually a hilarious point because I don't know if I can think of a single thing that they did announce and then it happened when it was supposed to. Like, we're getting a whole new world promos months after.
Yeah, I mean, literally December.
Rotation. That was like, I feel like they just are at a point where they realize, all right, we just can't say anything about the future because we look stupid, for lack of a better word.
I mean, it's just
it's unfair.
It's reality. Yeah.
It's unfair that it's the people on camera that look this way. They can't just turn and be like, hey, that guy over there is the one that told me this, you know? So, and you know what? I do.
So tough.
At least JDZ tried, because a lot of people that are in his position only have casted one time, like just got in with the company, would just be like, listen, I think everything's great.
Or just not say anything at all, you know?
Right, exactly.
So, you know, props to still being there and like asking the questions in general. But you know, like, I don't know. It's just so tough. Like, a lot of it, sadly, the moment that they sign like the document, it's out of their hands, you know? And like, and I'm not really even trying to blame Pastimes either. I just think that over and over again, like the bar has always been exceeded in every way imaginable that this community wants to support this game. And it just feels like it's impossible, like honestly impossible to ever come close. Like, no matter what happens, someone, or honestly, most, I should say, will walk away unhappy. It's just that simple. Like, every DLC is gonna be like this.
If the website didn't crash, we would still be upset. Because how many people were on that website that made it crash, you know, compared to, so I understand. You know, I agree. I should organize season 3. I used to run huge events in New Jersey. Yeah. I've had to correct some people. People were like, well, this is Pastime's first big event.
No,
like, I mean,
I have literally had conversations
for them,
right, with like at events with the head of Pastimes, like anyone that goes to conventions like Gen Con or like PAX Unplugged and things like that. Pastimes is the people that run those tournaments, and guess what? They're not small. Like, they're not small. Like, they're huge, and generally they're staffing for like 10 to 15 events going on at the same time, which is, you know, pretty similar to having a 2,000 person tournament. It's not that different. Like, Pastimes knows what they're doing. I think could you convince me that Pastimes also didn't understand like the gravity of the situation? Probably. Honestly, you know, like if they're just like, oh, it's this game that's not really that big, and we haven't seen it really in some crazy form. Like maybe they could have underestimated it. And I you know, like everyone else that has consistently underestimated it, they got burned. You know, it's just a fact. Like they got kind of burned.
When I played Magic, I signed up for a Grand Prix the morning of that Pastimes ran. So like they're definitely not used to events just like selling out, you know. I was vending in Rhode Island for them, and there was only like 1,000 people signed up. There weren't that many people selling us cards, so I was like, I'm just gonna go play in the Grand Prix. And I had my employees pull me a 60 card deck from the vendor cases, and I signed up for the event in person and played in the Grand Prix. Wow. So like it's a completely different world. And again, like there were Magic Grand Prix weekly. So it's not like right now you got 3 shots basically if you're not going out of the country.
Yeah. And then even that, like that leads to whole other conversations. Like you go out of the country and you're successful there, well then you got to go out of the country again. It's not like you can just say, oh, I'm going to use my spot in North America. Like that doesn't work like that.
Yeah. I don't know. People just feel screwed over. I think Jorge's right. And that's a good point. Like no matter what, people were going to be unhappy.
Oh yeah.
I'm also like, I'm not going to make any friends with this one. Saying like adding the word princess card game to your thing makes me not even want to talk to you about the subject. Like not in general. Yeah, I'm not going to like say I'm never talking to you again. But when you say blah, 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 princess card game, I think you're not debating in good faith.
Yeah.
Because like, sorry, there's princesses on my cards. Like, I still care about it. Is Magic the fairy card game? Like,
yeah. Like how many anime games are there that are ridiculously awesome? And I'm just like, yeah, man, I have epilepsy or something. I can't look at your cards. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we can make that argument about every card game in existence. Like, oh, are you still playing that Dragon Ball game? Like, dude, shut up.
I feel like they are setting you up for failure when they start the conversation that way.
Oh yeah. I mean, for what it's worth, I actually just know their level of intelligence when they start I don't care what is on the card. I literally don't care. Like I have never cared about the IP of the game. It's just me. I know I'm a little different.
I just said I played the WoW game.
Never cared. I don't have epilepsy. I was just making a joke. So it's just like one of those where like when you start a conversation off like that, you're just stupid. Like just go. Literally, you're the person that I hope does go away. Honest, I literally. Also, if you're the same person that makes the comment like, "Oh, here comes Riftbound. It's coming to take over. They're going to kill it. They're going to do everything right." Guess what? I can't wait for 6 months from now on a Disney Lorcana podcast when I say, "Hey guys, guess what? Riftbound also messed up." I can't wait because all these people they're actually stupid if they think that it's going to solve all your problems. They're going to have the same problems, friends. The same problems. Like, come on. Come on, guys.
I don't like that some people seem to be wanting like there to be a divide.
Oh, I know.
Like I don't actually
like communities, bro. Like,
I don't actually care how many card games someone plays. Nunez plays all of them. But you don't have to tell people that you're leaving one for another. It's like it's not your
that
way.
Would be cool if you actually left and I never had to talk to you again. It would be great. What I can't stand is when you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna leave for this game," and then like you're here 2 days later. Like I don't have any respect for you. Okay, like I have been here since day one. I'm not going anywhere. Like you can't convince me to go anywhere. I have bet on this game. I am going to literally until the day this game dies, I will be here, you know? So when I see all these people, they're like, "Oh man, that's it. Like I'm done again. I'm going to go play the next thing." Then go do it. See you later. Adios. I don't want to hear from you again. I literally, the moment that people start talking like that, my respect level for you does go down because it's going to be great in 6 months when you're complaining about that game over the same exact problems that at the end of the day, we can all really start to agree they can't be prevented. They just can't be. It's just where we are in card games. It's just where we are.
Yeah, I never publicly posted that I quit Magic. Maybe I should do that.
See you later. Adios. Seriously though. I don't know. I just think it's crazy. Like at the end of the day, yesterday sucked. It did. It absolutely sucked. There's nothing good I can say about it. It was bad. And I don't have the answers because I'm really coming to the conclusion that like they don't exist. They just don't. Like everything that I think you can change, I think you can be better at. Like there's some of it's just very unrealistic. Like even like you said, like they've already done the DLCs, not in the same continent, right? But like they've already done DLCs on the same day, and I think that that's scary. When you really go back and you say like, man, Lille and Atlanta were on the same day, that's kind of insane, honestly.
I know. By the way, I'm
going back to this. I promise you, I will never do this. I would rather let the door hit them on the way out than ever do anything like this. See you later.
This is why you're Northern Dan. If you were Southern Dan, you'd say, "Don't let the door hit you, where the Lord split you."
Yeah, no,
I swear I hear that once a week down here.
I don't have that one, but Southern Dan, shout out to Southern Dan. He asked me today for another jersey because no one gets the Southern Dan comment, and I think it's hilarious.
People are a bit thick in this neck of the woods.
Let's go. New jerseys for season 2. Let's go.
Also, I was just gonna say I can't keep up with the chat.
I know you guys are great tonight. I love you. I'm glad that you're
incredibly smart, incredibly long because they have to get their point across, and it's not going to mesh well with the video. But seriously, thank you. You are all heard.
Yeah,
like not enough content creators acknowledge the people in their chat. Honestly, so I always try to make it a point too.
JD, whether he likes it or not, will be synonymous with Uncrustables for all of time. Mm-hmm. It won't be me. Same thing. I will never be synonymous with singing Be Prepared. It ain't going to happen. It's not what I'm here for. That's what Baker's for. Shout out to Baker. It's if I'm here and my thing is ranting, then I will gladly take it for all the time. It's fine.
I do want to point out something someone said, and I don't even think they meant it in this way, but So how long does it take to develop a card game, right? How long was Disney Lorcana in development? Like 5 years or something like that?
I think by timelines, I think around 2018 is probably when the game started development. That would be my guess.
So many games that I have seen come and go over the years will come out of the gate with a huge tournament series, and that is the selling point. That's the selling point, right?
Oh, shout out to Scott. I think Scott wanted to be on the night. I don't want to interrupt you. It is Simba, okay? From now and forevermore. All right. We made a mistake. We're trying to repent from it. There is no longer a Z in front of it. We learned how to say it correctly. Simba forever. Okay.
Speech therapy.
We figured it out.
Speech therapy #1.
Yeah.
Well, where is it? I
didn't even know that this was a thing, but I got to change that in the emojis. Thank you.
All right. So
yeah. Go ahead. My bad. Okay. I'm the worst. Go for it.
So this is true, right?
I'm just gonna go like this. Here we are.
Great. I love looking at myself. So how many games have people played out there, or have people seen and didn't play out there, where the entire selling point of the game is we're coming out, we're going to have this nationwide $100,000, think Battle Spirit Saga, right? Think about games like that. And what ends up happening is the people who are game hoppers, the people who just like, I got to turn this chat off. Jeez. The people that are game hoppers, right?
dying.
I saw you laughing, and I'm like, what's happening here? Cut this. All right, we're back.
I was dying.
Wait, where's the mute button? All right, Dan's muted. So anyway, the game, he is actually, you look like Liam after he had some power limes. Can I get you back on screen? Oh, I just want me. Remove you. Me back. How do I get me back? Oh God. We're all messed up. Now I'm on the left side. So anyway, gosh, we're off the rails. So many games come out and they're just like, hey, this is our selling point of the game. We don't have a good game, but you're going to win money if you play this game. And what happens is all the scum and villainy of the world come and play that game, and they harvest as much money as they possibly can. The company never makes any money, and then they go out of business. All right. And it is very clear that in the development of those games, part of the development was finding places to run all these tournaments. We need 2 to 5 years to find large enough venues. That was part of the development process, and they had money to sink into it up until they didn't. It is very clear to me that the development of Disney Lorcana was, we are going to try to make the best game that we can. And then once they saw the overwhelming reception, we are going to have a tournament series that wasn't necessarily thought out as well as it possibly could have been. And I think they're in the mindset of, well, it's better than what we planned because the game did better than what we planned. And we're in the mindset of, we've been playing games most of our lives, or even if this is your first card game, you probably have friends that have been playing games most of their lives, and you're hearing about all the great experiences that we've had over the years, and you have certain expectations that might not be fair for a growing company, but at the end of the day, they have to accept that those are the expectations, and they need to either rise to the occasion or it's going to be a serious issue. All right, I'm off my soapbox. Are you still muted?
No.
Okay, yeah. And we could clip that.
Yeah, that sounds like a great reel that'll be on socials. Yeah, listen, I've had the unfortunate time of watching 2 of my favorite games, be like just deleted, and one of the games was, it probably did live its full life in World of Warcraft because of other reasons. But like Transformers, that was a whole other situation. And Transformers was definitely not the epitome of just throw money at it. But, when you look at like Flesh and Blood, now granted, Flesh and Blood still exists, and I know they have a community and everything like that. But that was kind of what Flesh and Blood did, right? They came out in literally in the middle of COVID. They're like, hey, here's this crazy thing, whatever. I have no choice but to give a shout out to John Tata, because he's played every one of the games that you just mentioned. Like, yeah. I don't even know all their names, okay? But like every single time I talk to John Tata, who's one of the best card game players I know, shout out, good luck to him at Worlds for Star Wars Unlimited. But like every game he's ever played, I'm like, dude, I've never even heard of this game, but you're like winning $10,000. Like that's awesome. But the next time I talk to him, the game is dead. So like. Yep. It's just like one of those where so many like Bandai games, Fantasy Flight games, like all of these companies, they make card games, but like the contract for the card game feels like it's 3 years minimum, like maximum, I should say. By the time you get into the game or you get a player base into the game, they're already in development for the next game. Like it's already a whole other IP or some crap. So like it's insane to me that right now we're at the 2-year mark. And yeah, there's been nothing but problems. Like realistically, like it's been hard to love Disney Lorcana. Like from day one at Gen Con, people are getting trampled. Like I'm just being honest here. It's not easy to love this game as much as I do. And I literally, every single time I do something awesome, anyone that follows me on Facebook and they see this, like anything that I do that I'm like, this is exceptional, this is awesome, I literally share it to the main Facebook group and say, man, I love Disney Lorcana. And it's a fact. I do love it. But that's also why I get so upset when something goes wrong like this, because the emotion that I have for this and the commitment that I have made for this, it sucks when something goes wrong. It sucks when the community gets this upset over a day like yesterday, because I feel it, you know, like I literally, I felt it all day yesterday, and it sucks that I just can't remember the last time that we got a win. And I think that we like, don't get me wrong. I think when I'm in Bologna, when I'm sitting in that room and we're in player meetings, I'm going to feel like, all right, this is it. Like, this is what I've been waiting for, you know, probably since DLC Seattle, like that type of feeling. Like the idea that we were going to wait almost a year for that moment for DLCs to be back for, like, you know, for the world, specifically, you know, Europe. Europe didn't have a DLC in October like we did. Their last DLC was in September of last year. So they're going a full calendar year without a DLC like in Europe. Like that's rough. It's not it's not easy. So yeah, man, I hope that it's like, again, there's just better times ahead. Like, you know, I know that it's been tough, and I know that a lot of community upset, and it's all rightfully so. It really is. Like, you're allowed to be mad, you're allowed to be pissed off, you're allowed to throw things like Dick did. Like, it's fine. Like, if that's what you got to do to cope to get to it, great. But the real hard truth is that our game is now in, I don't even know how many continents, but there's 16 events spread across the world. Okay, like 2 years ago, we didn't have Japan, we didn't have Singapore, we didn't have South, you know, Brazil. Like, we didn't have these things, and now 2 years into it, you know, we're on the potential of traveling the world to play Disney Lorcana. Not because it's a princess game, right? Because it's a good game with a good backing, with a great design team. Like, we have all of these things to be hopeful for moving into the future. And I'm just so excited that, like, we have all the opportunity, and it is only year 2, and this game is not going anywhere. Like, we've already made it past 18 months. The fact that we have announced the second season and it's going all the way until, you know, September of next year, beyond, honestly, we don't know when Worlds is. We have to say beyond that. I'm excited. I as much as upset that I am, I'm still so excited. The idea that I get to go, you know, I'm going to be in Gen Con. I'm going to be at Gen Con in a few weeks. I'm so excited for Gen Con. Like, just to be there with the community again. As much as I hate Gen Con, I'm excited for Gen Con and everything that, like, the 2-year celebration, like, that's all going to be great. Ink Invitational a few weeks after that. Pro Play Summit, Denver. Like, I'm going to be there. Like, Bologna, I'm going to be there. Milwaukee, I'm going to be there. Like, there's a lot of love that's going to come from this community in the next several months. And it really sucks that we have to have bad days like yesterday. But when you think about, like, hey, man, the next good day, it's not that far away. And that's just what I'm hopeful for, you know?
And guess what? If you're having a bad day, you could always write in a journal.
It's true.
And we just so happen to know someone that makes journals. I don't remember how to put the slide up now. There we go. You can get one of these journals at over at Codex. Our friends over at Codex who've chosen to sponsor the channel.
I will say, I actually did use this weekend, and I was super excited. Like, this, because, like, we got this, and, you know, I was too busy planning a Pro Play Summit than I was to play the game. But using this weekend, this thing is awesome. I'm super excited to use this all throughout set championships and kind of, like, report on it. But, like, it's really, like, it's tough, right? It's a notebook, and it is, you know, if you're from America, it's, you know, the shipping costs, you know, it adds up. It's a little pricey. They are on sale right now for like 10% off or something like that, which is notable. But it really is. It was a good conversation starter for this weekend at set championship. Like, oh, like, what's this book? What is it? I'm like, oh, you know, it has all this detail. It tracks all these things. It was very good when I was, like, going back and starting to work on my report for the Metafy. That it was there. Like, I was just like, oh, cool. Like, I don't even have to think about this because it's just, like, here. So that's pretty sweet. I really liked it. I'm excited for the future of it, you know, in general. And I think that it's really starting to catch on. I know they reached out to me and said, hey, like, this has been selling pretty well, so thank you for promoting it for us. And the real truth is, like, hey, thank you for even thinking of us to be a part of it. And I do, you know, I always appreciate this thing. All of our affiliates, you know, I really do appreciate it. Like, obviously, we just signed on for year 2 with Heavy Play, and we're going to be pushing them even more and more. You know, I feature them in the meta report today and things like that. Heavy Play is a brand that, they really believed in us, and that's great. I'm really happy that we're going to continue that, that work with them. I'm also super excited to bring you guys more product. There's, going to be a video coming out pretty soon of just like all of their product and like really me going through and just actually breaking it all down for you. It's a nice gift from Heavy Play that they're sending me. I'm very appreciative of that. And I'm looking forward to like, moving forward with that relationship as well. And it really is just one of those, we make fun of Dick all the time, and he says like he's the most sponsored player and yada, 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 and all that stuff. But whenever we get the opportunity to do things like that, it feels nice. It feels great. So definitely shout out to Codex Journal. Check out the website. It is cool. All the thing is customizable, which is really nice. And then of course, shout out to Heavy Play because, we're looking forward to it. They're gonna soup up the team in season 2. So I'm really excited for that. Dick.
Yes, Dan.
It's been fun.
Yes, always.
I will say, chat, you guys were absolute bangers tonight. Shout out to you guys. Truthfully, I do appreciate you. You make it easier some nights because we can just feed off the energy, and I do love that. I do appreciate that. It does mean a lot to me. So thank you. Again, thank you for our wonderful guest tonight, Habibi, and the one, the only Rob Serpay. I do appreciate you guys taking your time out, coming in, hanging out with us. That is always nice. I love me some Rob. Thank you again, Rob, for the wonderful community gifts. That does mean the world to me as well. It is very awesome of you. You don't have to do those things. Yeah, man, we got a couple busy weeks coming up, I think. Both of us will be attending Gen Con.
Yep.
So if you are going to Gen Con, find us. We probably will be a little more busy at Gen Con than just playing games. I don't have a single ticket to play a game of Disney Lorcana. I'm not even sure if they're even available anymore. I just decided
there
literally
are some available.
Okay. I decided literally this morning that I was going to Gen Con officially. So I'm super excited to be at Gen Con now. Kind of definitely be with the community, celebrate the 2-year, celebration with them. Really cool that they are live streaming that. I think that's pretty sweet. And then after that, Ink. And then Pro Place Denver. So hopefully we have some fun announcements for Pro Play Denver coming up. I know that they are excited to make some announcements. Again, we're kind of in the know. We can't always tell all the details, but there's some really cool stuff for Pro Play Summit, and I'm very, very excited to get back into Pro Play games. And it was fun. It was a great time looking to kind of replicate, redeliver, and of course get better at everything. But Dick, any lasting words for our community before we land the plane?
I think I would be preaching to the choir here to tell people just, hang with it. I think if you are one of the people that's with us on Thursdays, talking to us, hanging out with us and stuff like that, you're already in for the long haul. Once you've gotten here, you're at the top of the mountain. Right. So I'd be preaching to the choir, but if this was your first time watching us, listen, we love this game. We want it to keep going, and it's not going to keep going if people aren't out there playing. So thank you, everyone out there supporting your local game stores, and being on top of Ravensburger when they have rough moments like this. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I won't lie. I messaged a couple people that I'm close with the company and said, hey, I know today sucked, but like, think of it this way: 4,100 tickets sold instantly. That's the love that we have for Disney Lorcana. Like, it sucks that 10,000 tickets couldn't sell, obviously, but when you talk about it, at the end of the day, 4,100 tickets sold in less than a minute. If we're being like real honest about the time frames, that is only good for the longevity of this game. And hopefully we get to double down and they get to use the rest of the time that like in between DLCs for CCQs and stuff like that. That's the only thing we can hope for. And I really, like I said it with Habibi earlier in that portion of the show, I really do hope that Canada gets 6 national invites for CCQs. I really do hope that Mexico gets 4 invites for CCQs. I think that everyone that believes that, 4 or 5 invites to nationals are going to go out in the first opening weekends of Fabled, I think you're a little crazy, and that seems a little wrong, and I don't foresee that happening. Do I want CCS to get invites? Yeah. Do I want PPG to get invites? Yeah, I do. But do I think that everyone's going to get invites immediately? No, I don't. So I think that as long as it gets spread out and like the West Coast gets some love, the East Coast gets some love, and even, let's be honest, the Midwest can still have a CCQ. It's not the end of the world. I think that we're moving in the right direction, and hopefully in good time, Ravensburger can kind of give us some wins. That's really all. My takeaway from yesterday was like, man, I just don't remember the last time that Ravensburger got a win. And that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm just looking forward to like the day that they can like, they know they're going to start a stream. They know they're going to start something, and it's going to be like, hey guys, today's the day we get a win. That's what I'm really hoping for.
And I hope that they never go to a lottery system.
Oh yeah, I'd
much rather feel like I'm at least in control of the chaos.
Yeah, I think it's
I don't think we talked about that earlier, but
we did. It wasn't on the thing. I forget if it was even on that thing, but yeah. Like I think that it sucks. I don't listen. I'm a what am I now? 37. I'm a 37-year-old man. I've played the lottery like less than 10 times since I've been 18 or 21, whatever the age is that you're allowed to gamble. And most of those times I played the lottery, it's because my mother bought me a lottery ticket. So I'm not interested in the lottery at all. I would much rather feel like I failed than put into a lottery system and be told and not have any clue. That's fine. Again, if I didn't get into a DLC today, yeah, it would have sucked, but I wouldn't have quit the game. I would have just found another way. I don't know. That's where I'm at. But all in all, tough week for Disney Lorcana, in all honesty. And I don't know. I really don't know the next time we're going to have a chance to have it not be tough. We don't know when the next DLCs are going to go on sale, but considering they're not until January and March for NA and EU, right? Yeah, I think hopefully, again, they have 4 or 5 months to just make that better. That's all we can hope for. And I don't, and literally what I mean by making it better is just making sure the website doesn't die. That's it. In all honesty, it's not going to get any better than that, in my humble opinion. Tickets are guys, they're going to sell out instantly. There's nothing we're going to do about it that's going to change any of that. I promise you. Have I been lucky and, gotten into every DLC? Yeah, I that's it. It's eventually that luck is going to run out. I'm not going to get into one of these DLCs and it's going to suck. But, it's just the way it is, No, we are choosing to go to the Ink Invitational for CCS since the same weekend. For me, the Ink Invitational is only 90 minutes, I think, maybe 2 hours max away. So I'm very excited to go down there. And also, I won't lie, I've said this already, even in a world where CCS gets announced for a national qualifier, I actually value meeting Baker more than a national qualifier. I'm just being honest. I was supposed to meet Baker in May and I had to cancel the trip and it was very upsetting. I was very sad about it. So the idea that he's coming to America within 2 hours of my house, I got to meet Baker. It's just that simple. I got to get that off the bucket list. So we'll be going to the Ink Invitational. I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, I got to restock my tea. So.
Oh, yeah. I'm hoping that you don't get any more tea and you're a one-man roster.
Yeah, we can talk about that off air. Leave the people.
That's
wanting
fair.
More.
That's fair. ICL final tomorrow night over on Luke Wonderland. That's a really exciting one. ETB versus SLTC. Sadly, I actually was invited to a Lorcana community event tomorrow night in the area, and I'm going to go to that. So I'll probably have it on in the background, but I'm really excited to just go and hang out with the community tomorrow night. Shout out to AJ. He's a moderator in Twitch chat. He's a moderator in the Discord. If you guys know him from the Discord, he's awesome, and I got to go support him. I got to go enjoy a Friday night of Lorcana with him. So I will not be there casting anything like that, but I'll be watching. So it should be fun. All in all,
I got to open my store tomorrow.
There you go. Dick's got to open a store. So it's been fun. Thank you guys again so much. You guys were awesome. It's been an emotional night for sure. So we will be back next Thursday night. Of course, who knows what the topics will be. And hey, who knows who we'll have for guests. I have some ideas, but you never know. But again, thank you guys so much. If you haven't yet, make sure you hit the like button on the video. Comment, let me know your feels, obviously. And if you were here the whole time, you're an all-star. Thank you so much. We will see you guys later. And I will raid. I promise. Don't go anywhere. We'll send you guys somewhere. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be ending the stream, but raid's coming. I promise.